Everybody. Welcome to part 2 of Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. I'm Susan LaCroix. My daughter, Julie Davison, is filming or has filmed part 1. So if you've missed hers, don't worry. You can go back and see it. There'll be a link at the end of this video, and it's also in the description as well. So if you are one of our viewers, welcome back. If you are new to us, welcome. We're glad you've joined us. All right, so today is Sunday, March 10th. Ooh, Julie, 2 more days.
Oh my gosh, I have so much to do before we leave to travel to Houston for On Stage.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just feel like I'm running out of time.
Yes, we both are running out of time. Yeah, it's but we'll get there. We always get it done and we always make it. So yeah. I'm excited to explore Galveston a little bit. So that's about an hour and a half or so from Houston. And Julie and her husband and Al and me are getting an Airbnb for 2 nights. So we'll have like 1 full day and partial days on either end, because then we're going to have to drive into Houston on Thursday for the beginning of it. Ugh, so that's going to be exciting. Anyway, so Julie, I know you said you're not ready, but you got to be getting excited.
I am like I'm so focused right now on just getting everything done so that I can relax while we're there. And typically my MO is that I don't sleep much before I get on the airplane.
Yeah.
But we are staying overnight in Chicago near the airport this time. And so I don't have a choice. I have to have all my stuff done and be out the door, and I will get a good night's sleep because I will have no other option.
Well, that's good.
It
That's good.
is good. I'm excited about the trip, and right now just so like focused on the getting ready to go that I haven't thought that much about, being there and all of that fun stuff. But I just can't wait. It's so much fun to gather in
Oh,
person. And I'm glad that we have some extra time to, like you said, explore Galveston before the conference. And I think that will help me relax and be ready for on stage because
and we're
I
also,
won't come from the rushy craziness of home.
yeah,
I'll will come from
yeah,
a few extra days to just kind of spend some
exactly.
time together. And we were together last March in Utah. And so this is kind of becoming an annual thing.
It is. We're also going to stay a couple extra days in Houston and explore Houston before we head home. So we'll miss the craziness of all the demonstrators trying to get to the airport and get out of town. So we'll just we'll be spending St. Patrick's Day in Houston. So I'm excited to maybe look up for some Irish pubs to visit. So if you
Yeah.
are familiar with the area at all and have any suggestions for what we should do in Galveston and Houston, we don't have a lot of time, but what's something that we should not miss? So we'd appreciate a comment or two, but you better hurry because we're going to be on a plane in a couple days. Anyway, oh, let me show you what we're going to use today. I'm excited. I'm going to flip my camera to my desktop so that we can take a peek. So we are showing you some online exclusives, and I think we've talked about them a little bit in the past. This is the star of the show, as far as I'm concerned. The Flowering
Yeah.
Zinnia. It is absolutely stunning. And so we've got this beautiful designer series paper, and on the second page of this flyer, you can see the stamp set, the dies, the embossing folder, the adhesive shiny backed sequins. So I'm going to go through that with you. You could use this QR code and click on it to view it. Otherwise, if you don't have a QR code or code and you don't like using it, if you log on to stampinup.com/online-exclusives, this will be in the description as well, then you'll be able to see every single thing that's new in the online exclusives. And just because it says online exclusives, you don't have to just order it online. You just get to see it online because these will not be in any catalog. But you could order it like you order any product right now from your demonstrator. All right, let's get started. So the colors that are going to be in the designer series paper, real red, melon mambo, petal pink, pumpkin pie, lemon lime twist, and old olive. Holy cow. Lots of colors, and they're so vibrant and so summery. I've decided that I've never
Yes.
I've never planted zinnias before or had them in the yard, but I'm going to get some this year. As soon as I figure out if I can put them in the front yard or the backyard, because we face east, so we get the morning sun, and the backyard is pretty shady now with all the trees. So I just have to figure out where I can best put them. All right, let's just move this out of the way and look at this stamp set. So we have 7 stamps. They're cling. There's a grouping of 3, and then there's a single stem with some leaves. Sending flowers and thinking of you. Words fail to express my gratitude. Thank you. And then we have some little, I don't know, these almost look like stars. And I see like little star things around the zinnia here. So I'm not quite sure what those are for. Maybe they're just for the center. I don't know. But I think I've come up with some cute ideas here. So here are the dies, and there are 15 of these dies that die cut the grouping of 3, the single one. There's some of these images here that are like solid that it kind of emboss them as well, that you can layer to make a flower, and some leaves and the center of the flower. And this is some more little stars, and I'm calling this a crown.
Oh, I love it.
I don't know if that's a real term since I'm not a gardener. And then some of the veins you can do too, and some of like the little stemmy things. And here's some more little star things too. I didn't use those either. But anyway, so those are the dies. I've been having some fun with this. I made a card at our team meeting. I used it for Hostess Club, and now today. All right, so here is the embossing folder. Now, normally you're going to fold, oops, this is the fold. And so normally you would feed it through your die cutting machine and embossing machine, and with on the Stampin' side up in the fold in. But you have to be careful. You can still do that. But, and I should have brought over a piece of cardstock. Let me see here. Let me open it because this, yeah, you can see it better. So if you do it this way, you put your paper in this way, you're going to have sideways zinnias. So you have to make sure of your orientation before you feed it through the machine. So you want to make sure, well, yeah, you want to make sure that you are doing it correctly. Just a little tip, because I did it wrong the first time and thought, why is this sideways? And then I took a
Oh
better.
no.
Okay, these are, I just love it. These are the adhesive back shiny sequins, and aren't they stunning?
I think these look like candy. They're just so like I just want to eat them. Do you remember those little candy dots that were on like a
Yep,
strip?
yep, you're right. That's,
Mm.
oh yeah. Now, the bad news is that you can't order them right now. They've been so popular that they're not available. However, the good news is they're coming back, because Stampin' Up! Has said whatever's on the flyer will be coming back. So these are projected to be back in April. But don't let that stop you from ordering this stuff, because it's very popular. You can go to the annual catalog and you can look under embellishments. And if you like the sequins, then there's other ones that you can use as well. But yeah, you want these. You know you do, right? Okay, let's look at the paper. All right, so I'm going to start with this sheet because this is all I have left of it. I thought I ordered a second pack. I did not. I will be in a few days. I'm going to put some in with my new catalog pre-order. And the back side is this really pretty purple. And I've used this on a card that I'm going to show you. Then we have, these are 12 by 12s, but I did cut some of them down to 6 by 6. This is so pretty. Just love it. And the back side are these. And these little tiny zinnias.
I love that one.
And the back side are these polka dots on the pink. And this is an interesting one. I almost used this. This is just like tone on tone with Mellow Mambo. Just zinnias, the bigger zinnias, which would be a great background. And then on the other side, pardon?
I didn't see anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. And then these leaves, which I love this too. What a great background you can do with that. And then some diagonal stripes. So, oh, and this one. Okay, so this one, they've been doing this a lot lately. So this is a 6-inch strip because the other half of it is just upside down, just the same image on the top. So you can cut them in half and then you can slice them and dice them and use them for different card fronts to make a real quick, easy one. And then the back side of that is this pretty green, like almost like this reminds me of a trellis.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So that is the designer series paper, and I'm going to show you a few samples before I get started with mine. So let me move this out of the way and bring these over. So this is the one that we did at our team meeting. So I embossed the card base with the Zinnia embossing folder. And if you look very closely, you can see the sideways Zinnia.
Oh,
I did warn my team about it though. So, all right. And then a piece of this is the one where I said you could cut it, 6 and then cut it up. That's what I did here. And then took some of the polka dot paper, and these are not these are some of the pretty ones. All right. And then this is the one we did at Hostess Club. So this one is actually quite similar to the one that Julie did last week, but she had like a card within a card. So
I'm trying to remember what I did last week.
you used the designer series paper, and then you made that made the card base. You cut down your card base a little smaller. That ring a bell?
Oh, it was the paper that with the latte, the paper folded over. So it was a big piece of paper just folded over so you
Yes.
could see both sides.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So this is very similar to that. And then this is just like a 1-inch strip, and I ran that through the embossing folder as well. And I had some of these scraps left over, so I decided that we would just glue them down and put our greeting on that. So
That's really pretty.
And I debated about whether or not to just stamp the flower on the inside and color it. But I really, since it was Hostess Club, I'd like them to try some of the tools and kind of see how they all go together. So that's kind of what we did here. So I did die cut it, and they all die cut it. So, but yeah, I like this card a lot. And I did use some of the pastel sequins because they couldn't order it. So I didn't want to do that to them. All right. And this was what I was playing with, and I was kind of thinking about this to show you guys, but I went with something else. So I just stamped the image and colored it, and then I just cut it into 3 pieces, and they're not symmetrical pieces at all. I backed them on black and then put all of those on a piece of this designer series paper. And I decided to use some of my favorite iridescent rhinestones.
Those would go well with this suite.
They do. They go well with everything, Julie.
That's true.
And then the inside, I just stamped 3 of the flowers in the corner here, and words fail to express my gratitude. So those are my 3 samples. And now I'm gonna put this stuff on my desk so we can get started. So I'm using kind of a different color palette than the paper. So my card base is 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. So just our basic layout. And then I've got 2 lemon lollies. One of them is 5 inches by 3 3/4. And you'll need 2 pieces because I've got one for the inside as well. And actually, when I showed these to Julie before, she said, Mom, you should emboss the front one. So I feel, excuse me, I'm going to grab my embossing folder and run over and throw it in through the machine very quickly.
Then
And
we can do a this or that and we can compare to the other one.
oh, you're so right. You're so right. Right there.
In the meantime, while Mom's gone, I just want to remind you that even though those sequins are not available to order right now, the rest of the suite is. So if you're seeing that the entire suite collection is not available, don't worry. You can still order the bundle individually and the designer paper individually and the embossing folder individually. So it's not preventing you from getting everything else. Although now that I say that, I think the stamp set might be unavailable
Oh,
right
what?
now, but
No.
I think I saw that the date was coming up quick, like the 18th or the 25th. And Stampin' Up! Manufactures their own stamp sets over in Kanab, Utah. In fact, last March we got to go visit Kanab and see how all the stamps are made. So when the stamp sets do go unavailable, it's usually just a really short time before they're back in stock.
Yes.
So if you see that it's currently not available when you want to order, just check back on that stamp set because it's not going to be very long. But the designer paper, the embossing folder, my point was even though the entire suite collection is going to show not available until those sequins come back in stock, the other components can still be ordered.
Yes. Absolutely. All right, here we go. So I've got this embossed, and I am going to, and I did some die cutting ahead of time. So I've got a stem, and I've got a bunch of leaves, and I've got some components for the flower. So I'm going to layer them that way. And then I have more leaves.
Did you say what colors you used? I'm sorry.
Oh, I did not. So this one is the pink that I always forget what color it is.
Petal pink?
Petal pink. Thank you.
Okay.
Lemon lolly. And calypso coral and lemon lolly for the flowers.
Ooh.
3 pieces. And then I use some gold foil for the crown, which is why I called it a crown when I saw that. And then I got the center in lemon lolly as well. And the stems, that's all old olive. Okay, let's do this. So I'm going to put this on here like so, and I'm going to use liquid glue because it's textured. Yeah. This will grab the paper. Oh gosh, I never did replace this liquid glue and it just pours out. All right. So we'll put this in here like so. Squish it around till it's straight, which it isn't. Sometimes I think I make it worse. All right. Oh, all right. Now I'm gonna use this. Get that corner down. All right. There we go. So the other pieces that I have, I've got some of the designer series paper, and this is the little polka dot one, and this is 3/4 of an inch by 3 3/4. And all these measurements will be in our description. And I'm putting that just on the bottom of this inside piece. And then we'll go ahead and put that on the inside of our card.
I love the use of color on the inside layer. You have done that before, and I never think to do that. I always just white, 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 white. But I think lemon lolly is such a nice little well, it's definitely a light color, but it's just so refreshing, I feel like, on the inside.
Well, and it's light enough that, you can certainly write your note still.
Yeah.
This just doesn't want to stay down. Come on, bite. All right. So then I have another piece of designer series paper, same as I put on the inside, 1.5 by 3 3/4. And that is going to go here. So we're going to just kind of do some layering, if you will. So we'll just put that right about there. Then I have a little piece, 3/4 of an inch by 2.5 of lemon lolly. And I'm going to let you choose the color of the greeting, Julie, because I put
Ooh.
between Old Olive and Calypso Coral. So I'm going to set this aside for a minute. And now we're going to start to build our flower. So, I mean, like I said, I know nothing about flowers in general. So I know that they come in like a whole bunch of different colors. And yeah, so I want this one first. Okay. So I'm going to put a glue dot here. I must have old glue dots or something. They're not wanting to stick.
Hmm.
Now I'm going to put another one on. I never have trouble with these glue dots, and now I'm having trouble. I just need to maybe get another roll out. Look at that. This is ridiculous. Come over here, you. Ah. Okay, I'm done. We're just
Oh,
we're gonna do some seal.
I'm
And
surprised you're not using your liquid glue. Is it just coming out too fast today?
yeah, it's just coming out way too fast. I don't know that it matters which direction you put, on the back of this. Now I've got that glue dot stuck on my finger.
Oh, oh no.
And so now we're going to put on this piece. And it took me a minute to figure out if this should have been on top or this shape, but I decided on this one because I think the center of the flower and the crown fits better on this piece. So you're not going to be able to completely stagger this. There's going to be some gaps and stuff, but that's okay. Because that's flowers, right?
Yep.
So, all right, let's put the center of this flower in. See, I think that goes better on this one. And now for the crown, which, hang on a minute. I'm going to grab another one here. Oh, I hope this has some in it. So I'm going to put a little bit of liquid glue on the crown. Oh, good Lord. Did you see that? Oh, man. Okay. Oof. Thank goodness it dries clear. I've got it all over now. Oh,
That's really pretty in the gold.
isn't it? I just wanted to do something different. Okay, now you're just not going to stick at all, are you? All right. Let's try another roll of glue dots. I love it when everything goes.
Oh,
Oh, that's so much better. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just pitch that roll. It must be old. I don't know. Okay, so now we have our flower done. I'm gonna take a quick minute and wipe my hands with a wipe to see if I can get some of this glue off. All right. Now we're going to start to work on our stem. And I'm going to take some of the good glue dots. And I don't know if this part's supposed to be at the bottom or not, but I'm using it. I'm using this to put on the flower. So this is going to go like so. And I am going to pop that up with dimensionals and then maybe tuck a glue dot down here in the bottom. All right, so let's find my dimensionals. Here we go. And this guy, I have an extra little top. Oh, that's gonna be there. No one's gonna see it, right?
yep.
All right. So one of the things when I did my sample, I didn't realize this, so I may fix it a little bit. But apparently, when I went online and looked at zinnias, the leaves really are kind of down lower,
Okay.
which I wasn't aware of. And they're kind of like that. So that's where I'm going to put them, because I am going to put a bow there. I don't think I need this one. And I do have a third one. And I don't know if that would just be too much. I almost feel like you need 3.
Hmm. I wish they were different sizes.
Oh, I agree. You know what? I've got this
What
one.
if you cut along that little cut line in the die and just sort of cut the top one so that the
It's small.
outer, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Like cut along here.
yes, cut that edge off.
Okay. So if any of you are gasping at what I just did, deal with
I
it.
think it goes the other way.
Oh, down?
Well, no, that end towards the stem. Yeah.
You're right. You're right. You're right. Okay. All right. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And I think I like that. I love that idea of cutting that leaf down.
Yeah, I think it customizes the die so you have more
Yeah.
versatility with it.
Yeah. You are smart, Julie. That is for sure. I decided to not stamp on this card because I've been stamping and I haven't used the dies yet. And I thought, I think this is what I'm going to do, is just do a die cut flower. They do,
I tend to do the opposite and I use the stamps and I use the stamps and I forget about the die.
yeah. Well, I kind of did with this as well, but I thought, I don't know. I just I like how this is coming together. So I think I'm going to trim this bow down a titch. I don't think we need such long tails. So that is going to go on there, like so.
So pretty. Where did that ribbon come from?
This ribbon actually is from the Ribbon Duo Combo Pack, which is in the annual catalog. And it has, I think that's Granny Apple Green and the Petal Pink.
Oh yeah, I think that goes with the, is it the Zoo Crew set?
I was just going to say, I think it's the Zoo Crew. So I just find it to be a very versatile set of ribbons to use. I've used it on, I don't know that I've ever used it on Zoo Crew, but I sure have used it
Yeah.
with other, with other things. All right, so we got our bow, and now I want to put a glue dot. I should have done this earlier on the bottom of this, just to, so it's not popping up like that. Okay. Now we have a greeting. We have the Calypso Coral,
Hmm.
or we have,
Oh, look at you on either side. You know, I was leaning towards the Calypso coral, but now that I see the green, I think I do like that better.
okay, then I'm going to do it. I'm going to stamp it again. And I'm going to stamp this one in Calypso Coral and put this on the other card. So you can do, we'll do it this or that. And then the only other thing that I haven't done was an inside greeting. Words fail to express my gratitude.
Oh, that's perfect on the inside.
Yep. All right. So let me, I have to add another leaf to this too. Or actually, maybe I won't. We'll see. We shall see. All right. I just couldn't decide on the color. And I thought, well, this is going to be Julie's card, so I'm going to let her choose. So then I will stamp the inside greeting in Old Olive as well, which is why I haven't done it yet. All right, let's do this. Let's grab this. And this is
Oh,
good.
this is such a pretty card. I love these colors.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. So green on this one. All right. Don't you do that, Julie? Stamp something on either side in different colors so you can decide what you want to do. You've never done that?
I'm often stamping in multiple colors. Yes. I'm always so indecisive. I drive myself crazy with it.
Yeah, I hear you. All right. So we have bling to put on, but I'm going to go ahead and put this on. And as you can see, I just put a couple of leaves over here, but I think I'm going to have one coming down. And this one, this is the smaller leaf that you were talking about earlier. And so I'm just going to actually just kind of have that come off there. So just to get that down.
Oh, I love that extra leaf.
Yeah, it needed it. I just stared at this card for a while until I could figure out what I wanted to do. So let me put this guy on and then I'll stamp in the inside greeting. All right, so we're getting there. We're getting there. You. Oh, you know what I did? Do you see it? I was supposed to stamp the smaller petals in the pink.
Oh,
Yeah.
huh.
Huh, that's right. Okay. Well,
We have lots of variables in this or
yeah,
that.
that's what we do. So Julia, I'll let you pick which flower you like better, and that'll be the card I bring to you.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how to decide. I think I like the pink petals better, but I like the placement of the flower and the leaves on the other one.
And that's crooked too. I could very easily just take this apart and make you a new flower, which is, I think, what I will do. Because I like,
Oh, you don't have to do that. It
well,
looks fine with the yellow.
I still like that though. There's like too much yellow because the center is yellow.
There is a lot of yellow, but I
So
don't think don't tear it apart. It's fine.
no, it's not, but that's all right. You're
I
sweet.
just don't think that flower is going to come apart very easily and you're going to just destroy it.
Well, I could just take the whole thing off and just make a new card, a new flower, is what I was thinking. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. Get this out of the way, get this out of the way. And now let's put some sparkle on. So I'm thinking, I don't know. I don't want to use yellow because there's an awful lot of yellow in the background. So I could do the pink, I could do the peach.
I think I like the darker pink color.
This one? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do one up here. And another one, maybe down here a little bit. And then another one, we could kind of tuck that over here. Yeah,
Perfect.
I'm gonna redo the flower. So I put white sequins on here, but I think I'm gonna take those
Oh,
off.
I almost didn't even notice them. They're very subtle.
Well, I'm gonna leave it for now. I don't want to tear pieces because that's probably what I would do. So here we go. We have
Oh, so pretty.
really, you're right. We have a lot of variables for the this or that.
Can you hold them up a little bit? It's hard to see the embossed cardstock. So let's compare. Yeah, I think I like the texture in the background.
Yeah, I do too. Now that
It,
when you suggest it, I thought, why didn't I even think of it? I mean,
yeah,
about all the other samples here.
it's such a pretty embossing folder.
Mhm.
Such a lovely card. So this or that, gosh, it's so hard.
It is. I'll bring them both and you can just pick which one you want. How's that?
That sounds great.
All right, well, let's flip the camera around. And oh man, I've made a mess down here. Hang on. Okay, now we're gonna flip the camera. Oh, my little messy thing here. All right. So this is the one I did today. There we go.
Lovely.
So that's the one we'll feature right now. So yeah, this was a lot of fun. I think, you know, there's only a couple flower images, but there's so much you can do. So many different ways. You can use the dies, you can use the stamps. You can, bring in another greeting if you're not crazy about the greetings that are in here. Um, just all in all, I think this is just a lovely, lovely stamp set. And I'm so glad I got it. Well,
Mm-hmm.
Julie, the time has come to say goodbye. But before I do, if you haven't watched Julie's yet, or you decide you want to go back and look at hers again, somewhere in the screen is the link to go back to her video. And yes, we'll be gone next week, but there will be a Sunday stamping. So until next Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Mom. Love you.
Bye, baby. Love you too. Bye.